Peace and blessings to the gods and goddesses of planet TMI or planet Kai. Today, we're going to do a discussion about the invasion of 1492 and the year that Christopher Columbus discovered America. Okay. Now, I'm going to read y'all something from, let's say, Kumsky Info. You can research this on Google too. So, Noam Chomsky, I'm sorry, I don't know if that's the name, but when you Google it, Google 1492, the first invasion of globalization. Sorry. Okay. And this is Noam Chomsky, interviewed by Hans Dietrich. Excuse me, these, I don't know if these Russian names or German names, but it's kind of hard for me to pronounce, okay? But just keep up with me now, okay? This is a question. Say question. 1992 is the 500th anniversary of Columbus' voyage to the Americas. Official celebrations speak of the fifth centenary of the discovery of America and of the meeting of two cultures. Are these appropriate ways to refer to this event? This is a question that the guy is asking in the interview. Okay. Chomsky he answers back and says, "There's no doubt that there was a meeting of two worlds, but the phrase discovery of America is obviously inaccurate." Okay? And he go on to say, what they discovered was an America that had been discovered thousands of years before its inhabitants. Thousands of years before by its inhabitants. Thus, what took place was an invasion of America, an invasion by a very alien culture. That's what this say. So the next question the interviewer go on to ask was, so indigenous people are correct when they refer to it as conquest or invasion? And he go on to answer, obviously, one can discover an inhabited area, but not one in which people live. If I travel to Mexico, I can write an article entitled The Discovery of Mexico. Okay, I can see where they try to bend it a little bit, try to give you a little leeway. I understand that, but I don't. Okay, so the next question was, is October 12, 1492 a date should be celebrated? And he had in parentheses, this is commonly accepted as the date of Columbus' arrival in the Americas. He went on to answer, well, I do think that people should pay attention to it. It is an extremely important date in modern history. In fact, there are few events in modern history that have had such formidable implications in statistical terms, along which don't often say much about reality. A century and a half after the conquest, almost 100 million human beings had disappeared. Okay, so these are two people having an interview, and it's obviously some truth being brought to the table, So we're gonna discuss. He mentioned when asked the question about hold on, give me a second. And asked the question about the 5-year anniversary of Christopher Columbus' voyage to the Americas. He asked the question, are these appropriate ways to refer to this event? And Chomsky went on to say, no doubt there was a meeting of two worlds, but, basically, it was just a discovery of a new land, which that's what they were saying. So all that was right, I believe. But when he talks about it was a discovery of America, that's inaccurate. Okay, I get that, but we will say he discovered a landmass for right now. Okay. And then he went on to say, thus what took place was an invasion of America, an invasion by a very alien culture. So what does that mean? Okay. Y'all done heard about Anunnaki gods, carbonated beings, which is us, blacks and so-called Latinos. Okay, I'm gonna make the connection. When Christopher Columbus found us, that's what I'm gonna start off saying, found us. And he said he discovered a new land. Okay. But clearly you have people saying that it was inhabitants on this land. So he discovered not only a new land, he discovered a new race. That's basically what they're saying. And for those of you who don't know what a conquest is, conquistadors, a conquest, that's what Christopher Columbus was on, a conquest. Sent out to conquer. Okay, now that we got that understanding, the invasion of 1492 was about them conquering us, blacks and Latinos. And they lie and tell y'all this was, they traveled from overseas. There were no Caucasian people on our planet before 1492. And I'm finna explain. Just bear with me. Because we got to go to the Bible for this. I'm using my other phone, y'all, so just bear with me. Okay, we're going to go to the account found in Numbers 13, 1 through 33. And it is repeated with some differences in Deuteronomy 1:22 through 40. God had promised Abraham that there would be a promised land for the nations to come out of his son Isaac, the land of Canaan, which the spies were to explore, was the same promised land. You understand that? So, what did Christopher Columbus do? He discovered America, which they also refer to it as the invasion of 1492. So you got to ask yourself, who wrote the Bible? Because allegedly, and I say allegedly because I've heard through Google, through certain other sources, that I don't remember if it was 176 or how many people wrote the Bible, that poets that wrote the Bible. Shakespeare, aka Francis Bacon, was his alias. Those are the people who wrote the Bible. Once again, they were Caucasian. They were Caucasian. Okay. Now that we got that understood, we know that they were Caucasians. Okay. Caucasian people, white people. We understand that. Okay. And this is not to be racist. So I'm not racist. I'm just speaking what I believe to be exoteric facts. Okay. So they put it in the Bible and made you think it was Moses. How can I say this? It was Moses leading his people. out of captivity into the promised land in which God fixed for Abraham, Isaac, and his people. So that we got that understanding. We put 2 and 2 together on that, didn't we? Okay. But not only did he say that was the promised land for them, okay, he sent people out into the land of Canaan as spies to explore the same promised land that they were promised, right? So we asked ourselves, this is the God talking. So why would he? This is the Bible. You know, why would he have to send spies when he's an all-powerful God? You have to ask yourself. And when they finally made it to the promised land, why couldn't Moses go in? Why did he make it to the promised land? He went and freed his people from Pharaoh. He parted this whole sea, a whole body of water for his people to get across. That's what they tell you in the Bible. Okay. When they go into the wilderness, they wander 40 years and made false idols along the way. You know, they God was ready to about be done with them. This is what they're telling them, you know. So I'm speaking from the Bible, but at the same time, I'm putting it into my own words so that you can understand. Okay. Why could he go into the promised land? So that's the question. Okay. Let's look up what happened when they saw the land of Canaan. Bear with me, fellas. Well, first we're going to look up, because I see it right here stuck out. What is the significance of the land of Canaan? Okay. That's what it's asking on Google. And then, it has results here. It says, excuse me, the Israelites copied and conquered Palestine or Canaan beginning in the late 2nd millennium BCE or perhaps earlier. And the Bible justifies such occupation by identifying Canaan with the promised land, the land promised to the Israelites by God. So, you mean tell me a group of people, God's chosen people, commanded, not only commanded, but sent Moses to lead them, because he had about gave up on them when they got to the land of Canaan. You know, they wandered 40 years. And you wonder why it took them 40 years. I'm going to tell you a little more before I dive deep. Call me crazy, don't care. I'm going to break it down. Okay. Wonder why they lingered 40 years before entering the land of Canaan, the promised land. And right here it states, The Israelites occupied and conquered Palestine or Canaan beginning in the late second millennia BCE or perhaps earlier, and the Bible justifies such occupation by identifying Canaan with the Promised Land, the land promised to the Israelites by God. Wow. We looking for what happened when they entered. Y'all follow me though? Okay. Let's look it up. Bear with me. Okay. Joshua 24 explains the entry into the promised land. Let's see what they had to say about this. Let's see. Let's see now. Hold on, bear with me. Bear with me. Because, you know, some things just don't add up. Okay. So why it took them so long? Here go something that they brought up. Okay. They did not believe that God could help them, and the people as a whole were persuaded that it was not possible to take the land. As a result, the entire nation was made to wander in the desert for 40 years until almost the entire generation of men had died. Okay. So the 40 years wandering in the desert was because they did not believe that they could take the land. That they God said that he laid out for them, right? Wonder why. Let's see. The land of Canaan then became known as Israel. Israel was named after Abraham's grandson and is often referred to as the Promised Land because God promised to give the land of the descendants of Abraham. Okay. So they telling you that it was changed. The name was changed. Canaan was changed to Israel. It was Canaan before it was Israel. It's a good thing we pointed that out. I'm going to jot that down. I'm going to jot that down just to have, this just a little brain food for when we having these talks and discussions. Okay. We're going to put Israel was Canaan. Was Canaan before Abraham. That's how we just gonna say. That's just what we gonna say. Just a little brain food, okay? They wandered 40 years until the whole entire generation had almost died. So they had almost died out before they entered the land of Canaan, and then it was changed from the land of Canaan, Canaanites, whatever you want to call it. They got names for us everywhere you go. So they changed the name to Israel. Okay. I'm gonna show y'all something right here. Okay. Jacob wrestling with the angel is described in Genesis. Okay. Referenced in Hosea. The angel in question is referred to as a man and God in Genesis, while Hosea references an angel. Okay. So you hear that? Okay. We're gonna go deep. Because we're gonna understand that angels are really gods. Okay? So we're gonna get that down pat. Okay, in Genesis. Let's see. The account includes the renaming of Jacob as Israel. Okay? And then I think, let me go through it all for you. Jacob wrestles with the angel is described in Genesis 32:22 to 32. Also referenced in Hosea 12:3 to 5. The angel in question is referred to as a man and God in Genesis, while Hosea references as an angel. The account includes the renaming of Jacob as Israel. So why would he wrestle with an angel and change his name to Israel? That's pretty strange. That's pretty strange. Okay. Y'all starting to see pitch I'm trying to make you. It's okay to read that Bible, but read it with an open mind and read it like you read a regular book, because it's the truth also re-engineered as a lie. Because why would Jacob change his name? Okay, I told y'all that, right? Now, the topic at hand is the invasion of 1492, the day that Christopher Columbus discovered America. And I just told y'all about the Israelites and how they wanted 40 years in the desert because they didn't want to go into the land of Canaan, because they didn't know if they could take the land that God promised them. Okay. Carbonated beans. Carbonated beans. I might have filed a cigarette. I know we ain't supposed to be smoking, but gotta enjoy some things here on earth just with a higher conscience, because I've been told when we pass over to the astral realms and we, pick up probably where we left off, can't enjoy certain stuff, because we're just energy. We are not our bodies. We are carbonated beings for a reason. So, get back on topic here. Why would Israel change his name? Why would Jacob change his name to Israel after he wrestled with an angel? Y'all ready to go deep? Okay. What if I told you that everything you see in Star Wars and different races and different humanoids and reptilians and Pleiadians? See, I don't even know what that is. Y'all gonna call me crazy. I don't care. I'm gonna give you these facts. So, we talking about Jacob changed his name to Israel. Ask yourself that. That's why I keep asking the question, because I want you to ask yourself that and then go research it for yourself. But at the same time, I'm going to give you divine insight. And you can call it what you want. If I'm wrong about something, correct me. But I'm gonna scratch the surface. We're gonna get to the bottom of it. Okay, so Jacob changed his name to Israel after wrestling with an angel. They referred to him as gods. They referred to him as angels. In actuality, we are gods. Anunnaki gods, black and Latin, so-called Latinos, carbonated beings. We are gods. So, Zeus, in Greek mythology, y'all don't think that's real. Satan's greatest trick was to get everybody to believe that he didn't exist. Okay. So his spiritual name is Zeus and y'all don't know it. Okay. And he has many names. Do y'all hear somewhere where it say in the Bible, don't put any God before me, for I am a jealous God? Why would a God be jealous? Okay, now we got to understand that these are just questions that we ask ourselves. Okay. So, putting that into perspective, you understand that Satan, they're two different entities. Lucifer and Satan are two different. Satan is top dog. That's why he's powerful. And he's powerful. Our brother is powerful. That's how all this you see got created as lock code lockdown to lock your DEA down so you can't get back to your power. They wipe your brain of your memories at birth so you don't remember your past life. You don't remember what you're supposed to do. And I asked the ancestors to back me up on this. I'm begging y'all to back me up on this. I'm coming and asking. I'm not telling. I need divine intervention when I get these lectures. So, y'all bear with me. So, it's a council of 9. 9 women. Just listen to this with open mind. 9 women. Started with one, the creator. Okay. We can say she in some type of way multiplied herself 8 times. It's 9 women. So in case y'all didn't know, pray to your ancestors and pray to the high council. Because Satan has tricked us. It's in the Bible. We're going to decode this. He's tricked us into worshiping him. We've been worshiping Satan secretly. Okay? He has an alliance, how they show you in Star Wars, with Pleiadians, Draconian reptilians. Draconian reptilians is under us and Satan. We're more powerful. Us to say we're more powerful than the Pleiadians and the Draconian reptilians. So, the reason why Christopher Columbus is so damn special is because he had the guts to come through a portal in the Caucasus Mountains, and this was our world. Tamac. This was Atlantis. Atlanta is on the 33rd parallel. So it's the capital of all this, Atlantis. Okay. Pleiadians, right under the Draconian reptilians. But I'm going to have to do a video on the creation story so you can understand how did the white race get here, They look like Pleiadians, but they're not Pleiadians. They are human beings, okay? Which our brother Zeus created on planet Nine. And that's how they kicked them off because they had a falling out. He wanted to create something to worship him instead of going within, worshiping himself and following the rules of our women, our supreme council. You understand? Our goddesses. The goddesses created us to lead and protect. So Satan's fall from grace was falling from his crown chakra down to his root chakra, and he mastered it. So Not disrespecting him. Don't get this twisted, because he's powerful. It's clear to see what's going on now. But okay, back on top. So then we understand that was our brother Satan, Jacob, aka Yakub, aka Zeus, changing his name after we had a fallout, because he want to create human beings. I'm gonna do a video on it, but just bear with me, because he created the human beings, and no disrespect, human beings have animal DNA, but they still have some of our DEA, I want to say. 1%. But most of you all tap into the animal side more. But no disrespect, no disrespect. So you don't have to be on my channel. This is for my people. But I don't want to offend you. So if I'm offending you, I'm going to ask you nicely, can you exit my channel? Thank you. Okay, back on top. So now that we know Israel was our brother, they had a falling out with us, because he wanted to create these humans. Okay, fast forward. 1492, his top lieutenant, Satan's top dog, Lucifer, aka Moses, yes, was leading the Israelites to the promised land. But he couldn't go in. Let's see why. Okay, it say Moses was not allowed to enter the promised land because when God told him to speak to a rock so that it would send out water for the Israelites to drink in the desert, Moses struck the rock with his staff instead. Okay. Okay, that's believable. But let's dig deeper. Okay, bear with me, guys. We're gonna see how they look compared. Let's ask Wikipedia. The word Canaanite serves as an ethnic catch-all term covering various indigenous populations, both settled and nomadic pastoral groups. So I guess that means people that live out. So now that we know what they is, okay. But I know they said they saw themselves as ants in our south, in our sight. They saw themselves as ants. The Israelites walked into this land of Canaan and said, "Oh, that was reporting back to the cave, saying that we saw ourselves as ants. We're not going out there. Y'all lied to us. We gonna stay in here. You ain't going. We ain't going." That's what the 40 years was about. So fast forward, the reason why we celebrate Christopher Columbus, because this white boy was the only one that had guts to come through that portal, and say, hey, we come in peace. Okay, cool. We all sitting around, we figuring it out, together, like, who is these people, figure out, the Pleiadians come through. Some of them posed as Pleiadians because they wasn't a threat to us. Only the draconian reptilians, that's why they stayed their ass in that cave. Okay, so, boom. We come to a point to where we talking, they saying they want to share secrets, we want to share secrets, at the same time, so everything pretty much going good. Okay. Well, somewhere along the lines, we got cool with them. And they brought these humans that Zeus created and lost control of. He had fallen out and kicked them off planet Earth and had his lieutenant lead them to the promised land, which was our world, So we love on them. We teach them how to walk up straight. That's what y'all didn't realize. The evolution chart was not about us. It's about y'all. No disrespect again. I'm going to say that. Y'all was Neanderthals. Bigfoot, you know what I'm saying? So we had to get y'all and teach y'all how to walk up right, how to talk, how to come out, coming out them caves and love on y'all. We loved on what he created. And y'all reporting back to them caves. Telling them their stuff. So the Draconians telling the players, well, find their weaknesses. We tell, probably some of us was, just because we were peaceful people. We were peaceful guys. We were peaceful. We were a peaceful group of gods. So we loved on them. Gave away the secrets. We had crystal towers made labradorite. This is a labradorite stone. I love it too. And you're supposed to be in love with it because it should protect you. So this is energy. And it's pure neuromelanin in it. Just like our bodies, our skin is carbon in this, And we had these up everywhere. Energy towers and crystals. We had these up everywhere. That's how we communicated. That's how we had telepathy, telekinesis, different things like that, levitation we could do, So they seen all this and we gave away the secrets. We had trees. If you look at a mountain is ridged like it's been broke off. Those were giant trees. So at the base it became a mountain. You see what I'm saying? We had trees as bigger than this because we were bigger than this. We were in the 33rd dimension. And now we're down to the 4th. Not just all at once, but they knocked us down over time. It took over time. And the more dimension, the more frequency we dropped, we became low. We looked at like we mirrored them as far as size. You know what I'm saying? But before we didn't have oxygen on this planet. We breathed what was it? You gotta excuse me. I've been doing a lot of research and I may forget what was it. I don't want to say red iron oxide, but I know some of our people on a planet called Nubaru. I don't know if I'm going to do a video on that too. But it's red iron oxide. I want to say carbon dioxide was in our atmosphere, and that's what caused us to be blue, green. They showed you this in Avatar. Some of us were red, rainbow colors, but we were giant, powerful beings, 9 ether beings. That's what we were. So when they found out that they could explode our trees and knock Nubaru out the sky, that was our second sun, I want to say. I think it is, and we're going to get to the bottom of it. They knocked our second sun in the sky. All that's giving us energy. It was no moon. It was no winter. They brought that with them when they came through the portal in the Caucasus Mountain during the invasion of 1492. Christopher Columbus, that's why his day still get ripped to this day, because that white boy had the balls to come through that damn portal and then report back. He led the fleet that destroyed all the trees and all that. He did that. So, there you have it. Invasion of 1492 was the day they took over our planet. They turned on our brother Zeus. So now you think what they gonna do to us? Zeus gonna forsaken them. He's not gonna save y'all. So y'all better vibrate high and get on board and let's do what's right. Peace and blessings to the gods and goddesses of planet Tiamat, aka Kai. One love.